I'm gonna go on vacation for the next 3 or 4 days, so you're gonna be getting a few older reviews within this weekend. Um, I figured why not watch Cabin in the Woods, since what I am doing is going to a cabin that's near the woods. I'm going to the Dells. I just want to do some old reviews. I obviously will not be able to watch newer movie releases while I'm gone, so Cabin in the Woods is going to be the first one. I have my next two lined up right after this review. So yeah, let's just get right into Cabin in the Woods. Drew Goddard, first directorial movie and written, I think, as well. I mean, it's a cult classic. I think horror and comedy go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're the two perfect genres to go together for a movie, in my opinion. And Drew Goddard does such a great job at it. It's unfortunate this is really his only movie. He has another movie in 2018. I haven't watched it, and he's working on Matrix 5. And after Matrix Resurrections, he didn't work on it, but I don't know what way the series is headed. I don't know if he could save that franchise, but Cabin in the Woods is amazing, so that doesn't really matter. The five main actors in this movie are all great. Kristen Connolly, the final girl technically in this movie, is pretty fine. I guess I should take back me saying they're all great. I think a couple of them are fine. Two of them are. One of them is phenomenal, and the other one's great. But I think Kristen Connolly's fine as a final girl. I just wish she did more. Um, she fell into the trap of the horny pheromones that were going throughout the house, and I wish she didn't. Unfortunately, the only person who was immune to that was Fran Kranz, but Kristen Connolly worked fine as a final girl. Yeah, she actually really didn't do much except run and scream and read Latin. Yeah, maybe she wasn't that fine. I mean, her role was. I mean, she was fine as an actress, but she doesn't really do much in this movie. Unfortunately, I really wish these other four characters besides Fran Kranz did much, but she was the final girl, so she gets extra points for that, I guess. And Chris Hemsworth, what like a surprise! I forgot he was in this movie. I haven't watched this movie in like 8 to 10 years, so I wasn't expecting him on screen because I I don't remember Chris Hemsworth being in this movie, and he's great. He could have been just a typical jockey douchey guy, but instead he's written to be a pretty nice guy. I like that the main five guys are all just friends, or all the main five characters are all just friends with each other. There's no previous beef or anything. They're all just pretty open with each other and they're all close. Chris Hemsworth has maybe the best death in the movie with the motorcycle scene where he jumps off of the cliff with his motorcycle and just rams into the facility wall. I love that. I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't think he'd just splat and die. And I like that they just show him falling for like a solid 15 to 20 seconds instead of cutting away immediately. It was such a funny decision. Jesse Williams also doesn't do much in this movie. I wish he did more, especially since he's kind of the first character you like in this movie. He has the one-way mirror in his room, and he decides not to use it to spy on Kristen Connolly while she's unchanging. But then he just tries to fuck her later anyway because of the horny pheromones. It sucks, but the cabin did it to him. I think his character was actually fine. I wish he did more. He's a bigger dude in this movie. Like he's pretty built. You'd hope he'd do something like Chris Hemsworth, like tackle more zombies or monsters. Or I think he should have been saved maybe for the final act, but the final act wouldn't have worked without Franz Fran Kranz coming back. Oh my god. And Anna Hutchinson really doesn't do anything in this movie, but she's fine. She makes out with a wolf head and then she goes to the forest and has sex. But her kill scene was cool. I wish they showed more in the Chris Hemsworth Anna Hutchinson kill scene because Chris Hemsworth obviously doesn't die right away, but there was some potential there. I think the bear trap lasso thing was the coolest kill device in this movie. Maybe the giant bat can beat it, but it was just so sick. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Yeah, unfortunately, I just think those three get kind of cucked. Chris Hemsworth just doesn't do much, and I wish he did. But this movie's supposed to be a kind of a parody of Evil Dead and everything that happened in the 2000s with zombie movies and video games and YouTube videos left and right. Like zombies were everywhere, and they just had to make this movie sort of jokey and lazy for the beginning, just for the final act to really work. But yeah, Fran Kranz is the best part about this movie. They have him feel like a stoner, shaggy type of character, and he's great at doing it. I think his voice is perfect, his build. I wish he was in more movies. I checked his filmography. He's really in not a lot. It's such a shame. He's so funny. He could just keep doing this role in so many movies, and I think it'd work in every single movie he'd ever be in. He is funny. I like that he's the detective in this movie. He technically finds out there's a camera in one of the lights in his room, and he's the one that's always like saying we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that, because since he's so high, he's immune to all the pheromones going around in the house, which is fucking hilarious. You get his fake death where you actually think he's dead, and then he returns to save Kristen Connolly as she's getting her shit beaten out of her on the dock, and he saves her, and he basically just saves the day. I mean, he kills the guy in the elevator. He's leading Kristen Connolly throughout the entire building, and then he shoots the who plays her? The lady who's like the head of the facility. Unfortunately, it leads to the ancient gods coming out, but he he was the hero in this movie. He was the funniest part in this movie. He's great. And for the facility, I appreciate this movie wasn't scared to not do a twist, and the first scene you get is the facility and how it's working, and you know exactly where the facility starts with the cave entrance. They could have just kept it as a twist, and I think since it is kind of a parody movie, maybe they should have done it, but it just works so much better that you know the entire time it's a facility. You even get the funny bits in between with Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford's character. It's just such a smart decision. I'm so happy they didn't go with a lazy twist. I think the twist would have just annoyed me, but there's so many funny scenes. You have the gambling scenes for like what monster is going to be unleashed in the cabin. You have, was it Bradley Whitford who was betting on the merman? He ends up dying to the merman at the end, which is such a funny like callback type of death. And I don't know this actor's name. I didn't look at the casting list. I kind of just skimmed through it really quick. I think it was Brian White, the black dude behind the counter. You expect him to be this sort of like hero character, especially since he's constantly speaking out about what's going on and questioning everything, especially to the young lady who's in the office. And he just dies. He really doesn't do anything. He comes out to kill some of the monsters and stuff, and then he just gets ripped apart. Fucking hilarious. I loved it. And yeah, the entire final act is just amazing. This whole movie is trying to set you up thinking it's just another lazy zombie movie. And the final act having like Pinhead, Ghost Girl, Giant Snake, robot spider thing, a giant. Um, there's so many other villains. It's the people from The Strangers. I I guess I think it's supposed to be them. You have some Left 4 Dead characters. You have more zombies. You have more ghosts. Some demons. A giant bat. It was fucking great. It's like a horror movie end game type of thing, I guess you could say. It's so fucking, it's not anticlimactic in the slightest. The entire final act, they could have just made it so there'd be a sequel to this movie, but they said, fuck it, we're letting every monster loose. and the whole world is going down with ancient gods spawning in towards the end. It's just amazing. This movie's so great. It's funny, it's creepy, and the deaths are pretty fucking cool. I'm giving Cabin in the Woods 9 out of 10. I think this is one of the best horror movies of all time. Its comedy bits are fantastic. Its horror is great, like I just said. I wish there was some type of sequel or prequel to this movie. We get bits and pieces here and there of like Berlin, Tokyo, I think, Shanghai, and other places around the world where they've done this type of experiment. If there wasn't a sequel, which I don't think there ever will be, there was an interview in 2018 saying they really wanted to do one. It just never panned out. Why not do a TV show? I mean, streaming is one of the biggest things in the world right now. You have Max, Disney, not Hulu anymore, Netflix, Paramount. You have everything set up for a TV show. Just do 8 to 12 episodes, each episode being a different cabin, a different monster, sort of exploring the universe even more. It might get hype for a Cabin in the Woods 2. I'm not really sure. I don't really care if there's a Cabin in the Woods 2, but a TV show is something I need really bad. Cabin in the Woods is one of the most iconic horror movies of the 2010s, and it's going to stay that way forever. I'm happy Drew Goddard is coming back as a director finally after 7, 8 years, I think.